Okay, good morning everybody. This is Mrs. Hill with the Year 2 Literacy for Monday the 1st of February. How did we get to a brand new month? I don't know, it's going very quickly. So you have done an amazing work with your work on the storm whale and the storm mermaid and your poetry. And so for the next couple of weeks, we're going to be looking at some non-chronological reports. So we've got a brand new top sheet for me to talk you through. So we're going to be writing a non-chron report about keeping safe at sea. We're going to be sharing that with all of the children within Key Stage 1. And the context is to help children to understand how to keep safe at the seaside. So these are the features we're going to find. Punctuation, capital letters, finger spaces, full stops. You might also find question marks. We're also going to include conjunctions, and we've got a couple of lessons this week coming up about using conjunctions. When you organise your writing in non-fiction, you'll find that we've got different features that are always there. So we'll have titles and subtitles. We might have labelled diagrams because they give lots of information. We're going to have facts in there, and we will also be using these question words. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. This is hard. I don't know where to put myself, otherwise I'm going to be in the way. I'm going right up here in the corner. So I've put a new way for you to practice these spellings as well, which is called rainbow words. And that is where you take a different coloured pen and you practice writing the word in a rainbow shape. So I've got some new words for you to practice. So we can do pyramids and rainbows, or a mixture of both, whatever you fancy. It's been really lovely to see you having a go at this pyramid writing on Dojo. I can see you're enjoying it. So we've got Christmas. Now, if you say Christmas, that makes it easier to spell that word. Parents, money, half, and again. And I'll remove the blue, put them all down here. And then you can see, oh, hang on. Then you, oh, dear me, I think I've lost Christmas. It was there a minute ago. I can't show you that one. Okay, I could do that one with you, couldn't I now? So, I don't know what I've done. I must have deleted it. So it starts C, then we CH, oh, CH. Oh my goodness, I can't type and talk. It's a bit too complicated. We've now got Christ. And we've got Christmas. There you go. Okay, so I am going to cover these up again in a moment, and that is a really good opportunity for you to have a go at practicing to spell them. So have a good look. Oh, there's Christmas. It has all moved over. Okay, have a go at practicing to spell them. So take a good look now, and they're going to get hidden. Apart from I've now got two Christmases. I have to put that one underneath. Right, let me find their boxes. Oh, and that's changed. Let me make that so that that is at the front, and then you shouldn't see again. Okay, so pause and practice your spellings. Okay, so I've got a few books for us to start by looking at. Let me cover that up. So what do you notice about these texts? So we've got The World of Whales, Whales and Sharks, Learn, Press Out and Play, Whales, and whales discover the amazing world of marine mammals, from whales and walruses to seals and dolphins. What do you notice about these books? So let's pause and have a little look. They're all about whales. Some of them then are whales and sharks, but they're all about mammals, marine mammals that live in the water. Now, are they fiction or are they non-fiction? If you remember, a fiction book is a story. So it tells a story about something that happens. So we've just finished working on a fiction book, and that was The Storm Whale. And now non-fiction books have got facts and information. So think carefully. What do you notice? These are all non-fiction books because they've got lots and lots of information and facts inside them. Okay, let's move on. I'll cover these back up. Let's move on to the next bit. So, can you remember any of the features of non-fiction? Now, I've got a big list hidden under here of some of the things I thought of. So just take a moment get your brains thinking and see what you can remember about the features. And I'm going to talk about some of the features one by one. Okay. So they've got facts and information in. They are going to tell us lots and lots of interesting things. Okay. Number 2, they are organised with headings and subheadings. So that's how the page is set out. And that helps you to know what you're going to learn about on that particular page. They've got a contents page. Now the contents will come at the start of the book. So in school, I've just got a contents page right here by me. And it would be fairly unusual to sit and read a non-fiction book from the start of the book to the end of the book. Because what we tend to do is we tend to go to them when we want to know something specific, a piece of information about something specific. So we then look for that in the content, see if we could find it, and then turn directly to that page. The glossary now, that is something really specific to non-fiction writing. A glossary is a bit at the back of the book which explains technical words, and that's really important because the non-fiction texts have really technical words. We might not understand what they mean, so that is why we have the glossary. Fact boxes, because we all love a good fact box to put in our non-fiction writing. Photographs with captions, because we're not going to have beautiful illustrations. If you remember, our beautiful book, The Storm Whale, was full of the most incredible illustrations all the way through. It's not going to be like that inside a non-fiction book. You might find photographs and you might find labelled diagrams with captions and an index. Now, an index is located at the back of the book, and that is where you will find keywords. And again, you would use this to then look specifically just at that piece of information. So you, for example, here I can see something about cliffs in my book, and it tells me what page that word is used on. So then I would turn to that page to find out. Oh, and there's my label diagrams too. And then here, leave that behind. I've just got a quick list of a contents page just to show you, because that is so different from how we would have it in our story, in our fiction writing. Okay, let's move on to the next page. So we are going to write a non-chronological report about how to keep safe at sea. Now, I'm really excited because this will link all of our curriculum work and that RNLI talk that we've had all together, and those amazing videos which Mrs. Davey has been making for you, all about Grace Darling, and your lighthouse videos about how to design a lighthouse. I've learned so much. I didn't know what all the different parts of a lighthouse were called. And I didn't know that there was some of the lighthouse that was inside the rocks. So exciting. Okay, so I have written a model non-chronological report to share with you all. And this model text is all about blue whales. So I'm going to share it with you. So here is the introduction. So I'm going to read, and as I read aloud, you can follow on the screen. So the introduction, so our heading is a non-chronological report about blue whales. And this first part is the introduction. In this report, you will learn all about blue whales. Blue whales are the largest creatures on Earth. They are mammals which live in water at all times. Blue whales are now a protected species as they have been hunted for many years by man. Did you know that you could sail the oceans for a year and never see a blue whale? I didn't know that. Right, moving on. First paragraph. Here's my next subheading. Where is the blue whale's habitat? These mammals can be found in all the world's oceans apart from the Arctic. They can occasionally swim in small groups called pods, but they usually swim alone or in pairs. In the summer months, blue whales swim in polar seas because they need to eat lots of krill and get fatter. In the autumn, the polar seas freeze over and the blue whales move nearer to the equator. It can take up to to over 2 months to reach the calm, warm seas near the equator. And here's a picture of the world's oceans, saying that blue whales live basically in the whole of the oceans and the big outer seas. Here we are now with a whale's anatomy. So anatomy means what their body is like. The blue whale is the biggest creature that has ever lived on Earth. They can grow over 30 meters in length and weigh more than 140 tons. That is heavy. They are heavier than 25 elephants or 115 giraffes, and their heart is the same size as a small car. Blue whales spend all of their life in water. They are mammals and breathe air, not water. From time to time, a blue whale will come to the surface of the water to breathe through the blowholes on the top of its head. A blue whale can stay underwater for 30 minutes or more, but on a long journey, it will surface every 2 to 5 minutes. In deep water, where the blue whales live, there isn't much light and it is very hard to see, so they have adapted their sense of hearing and their sense of touch to find their way around. Blue whales do not have teeth because they eat very tiny shrimp-like creatures called krill. A blue whale's mouth is filled with as many as 790 baleen plates. Baleen is tough and bendy like extra hard fingernails. And here is a labeled diagram to show the different parts of the whale. So the blowhole here at the top, large tongue, grooves running down their throat, a pectoral fin, and a small dorsal fin, and then their tail is called a fluke, which is a lovely word. It sounds so beautiful when you say fluke. Okay, now, I understand that you are all at home and you might not have a huge selection of non-fiction books with you. If I was at home, just because my Teddy loves trains, I've got huge stacks of non-fiction books about trains. So the Oxford Owl Lending Library can be accessed at home, and I've put the logins again. So you need to go to my class login and St Mary's Yates _12, and the password is St Mary's. So that's all here. These details, I'm sure as well, are on some of the homeschool information that you've had. If you browse the library, it's possible to select non-fiction, and then you will get a range of non-fiction books. So if you haven't got non-fiction books at home, try and find them on Oxford Owl to have a go at doing today's task. So today, what I'd like you to do, when you found your non-fiction book, have a go at seeing if you can find any of these features in it. So have you got contents, index, captions, labels, a glossary, photographs, headings, subheadings, and diagrams? And you might want to just make a little sheet, write the title of your book, and then tick to say which features you can find. And if you want to take a little picture of that and put it onto Dojo, that would be absolutely brilliant. I'd be really interested to see what kind of non-fiction books you have got at home. If you have a particular interest in something, might be trains, I don't know what else everybody is so excited. It's definitely trains in my house with Teddy. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the work that you can do today. Take care, everybody.